Islam Dwayne. Also, I wanted to tell you it's May the 11th, 2019. I remember I was listening to some of your videos, and it is approximately 9:55 a.m. You was talking about how the cross-gender, not videos, your tweets. You were talking about how the cross-gender or transsexual, I think, I could be wrong, okay? How there's some form of agenda, especially dealing with the feminine energy. I know it is obvious that these unclean spirits is the attack in reference to prophecy is directly towards causing imbalance, harm to that feminine energy. The spirit of Mother Earth is a feminine energy. So to speak about how we are among, I speak about how we are among unclean spirits, and most of the attacks that I've dealt with have been from males, the black Negro, blackie males, Spanish males, pale skinned males. Is not in me representing an ancient line, feminine energy. It correlates to that. And then you look at how the condition of the natural resources of the spirit of Mother Earth. I never forget how I still on Fridays, the holy day for all Muslims, the planet is Venus, Dwayne. The planet is Venus, which correlates to Friday. A lot of attacks ritualistically, spiritually, I would experience on Friday. Okay, and a lot of times it's from these Negro, blackie males and pale skinned males, their brother, these unclean spirits, yelling 3 or using the word number 33 in a savage manner, and while the females are watching and encouraging it, saying brother. When they're attacking my vagina in a sexual manner, those that speak Spanish, whether they're from Mexico or El Salvador, wherever they may be from, South America. So it's these unclean experiments, this filth that's been created, is definitely just like it just correlates to prophecy and what their agenda is, because they know that a change is happening. Okay. They cannot raise their frequency. So, and then I don't think they're supposed to raise their frequency. But one of the biggest challenges, because they're in self-annihilation. They are in self-annihilation. So, I think for me, Dwayne Arrington-Bey, one of the biggest challenges is moving forward in thoughts and raising my frequency. It's to already see the connection of using the telepathic science that Arrington-Bey and Arrington-Bey reject in reference to causing those to go in debt. When they in debt, they use that when soulful Moors, or it could be those Anglo-Saxons that have the potential to raise their frequency. Those because it was 34 Moors and 28 Anglo-Saxons that created the Constitution. So you know that there is a higher thought in those that maybe not as melanated as we are, okay, but they had a higher thought process along with those Moors to create divine laws of freedom. I know this. So, but it's definitely to have masses of people or go in debt or their form of debt, because it's into their what they call debt, and then try to use that word debt to force amalgamate with filthy unclean spirits is real, because that's exactly what they did, and that's what they try to do. Okay, that's exactly what they did, and so in that's if you don't know and you having sex and you breed, and because it's breeding with these filth, that filth is in your line, and you don't, and you know it's just a cycle, a filthiness. But then in the Holy Bible and other literatures, it prophesies that being cleansed out. Don't even worry about it, because it's going to be cleansed out. All right, so all their plans to do things such as that is going to be wiped out anyway. So that's, I guess, one of my biggest challenges this morning, and acknowledging one of my biggest challenges, which I have acknowledged this before, but just stating, is keep focusing on that higher polarity and not focus on that. We already see a form of truth. They attacking the woman, the ancient spirit of woman, and acknowledging that there are some Moors, all right, who too are in that same thought process, and they're in their proper status. Same Moors, same Moorish women. I mean, there are some Moorish men, Moorish women in that same thought process, and they are in they're in their proper status. So this correlates once again, the way back what I see, to jurisdiction being spiritual and physical. So you have a spiritual jurisdiction and a physical jurisdiction. Okay, you can be in your proper status as a Moor on the physical plane, and have the wealth and all the things that come with and the privileges that come with having your proper status, but mentally, spiritually, you are still behaving as that which is not in their proper status, that unclean spirit. So that puts you in in that same jurisdiction, because it's spiritual jurisdiction, spiritual and mental. So I have always got to say that, because it starts with the ancient ones. Okay, these unclean spirits are manifest through our lower self, through the lower self manifestation. So these are my thoughts this morning. Islam, and once again, I apologize, Dwayne, for that tweet about when you were speaking about not being scared, Rotini, something about you've been scared before, but you're not scared, or you was quoting somebody from Rotini. I apologize. Once again, I guess thought process was not, my frequency wasn't high in thoughts like it should be. It's not.